What's going on, people? Welcome back to Premier League Unpacked, episode 45. 5 more to go and we hit that milestone of 50. Big up my guys, Guna Lee and DSG in the cut. Obviously, Patrick couldn't make it today, unfortunately. Roms has got the Liverpool game and Bish is obviously busy being a dad, so we've had a few dropouts today. However, the links are all in the description below. Guna Lee, DSG, Patrick, City Zone, and Roms as well. Please go and subscribe to the Mandem. Subscribe here if you're new and smash a like on the stream. But we're going to be discussing football. We've got a few topics to discuss. And first of all, it seems to come up every single week, and that is VAR. I'm going to come to you first, Bilal. VAR, big decision, big talking point. It looks like Jota, Kung Fu kicked Oliver Skip, and he only got a yellow card for it. Personally, my opinion, I just think straight up red card. How did you see that incident? Can you hear me, Bilal?
You're mute. You're mute.
Take you off. Go on.
You hear me now, yeah?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Guys giving him a sweet chin music and got a yellow card for it. I don't understand. It's a straight up red, isn't it? Really, guys, you can't have your foot. There's no excuse to have your foot that high at all. Yeah, there's no malicious intent, but you can't have your foot that high. Like Skip isn't necessarily like crouched down halfway, you know what I mean? Like he's pretty much stood up full upright, maybe slightly bent, but under no justification at all should your foot ever be that high. Even if it's like, if Casemiro's tackle where he got that last red card that he got, he didn't mean it with malicious intent. But if it's a red, it's a red. It's as simple as that.
No, we see referees, you know, they have a tendency to give players red cards that have a bit of a reputation, you know what I mean? But for me, that was clear as day a red card, you know what I mean?
VAR, I think I said this a few weeks ago. I swear they've brought in VAR to just make more drama. They've not actually made it to fix any problems. because I swear, pre-VAR, the decision-making of referees was actually better. Like overall, if you go over like the percentage rate, I don't know off statistics, but if you go over the percentage rate of decision making, we didn't have this much drama going on every single week. You get me? There's this
Marcel trolling in the chat there, never a red. Big up yourself, Marcel.
Oh, it was 100% a red.
No, definitely. Definitely. But I hear what you're saying, Bilal. You know what I mean? Now it looks like these men can become a little bit lazy, can't they?
Often when you sat here saying, like, every week after every weekend talking, oh, this decision, that decision. But, like, yeah, obviously there was mistakes here and there, but it was here and there. It wasn't every week. Like, how are they consistently fucking up? Is the guy in the VAR room, is he not like a qualified referee or something? How are they getting these decisions, so blatant decisions, wrong? You know what I mean?
But do you know what? Yeah, Goon, I'm going to come to you now. Obviously, I can see that you're still looking down from what Arsenal has done to man. You get me, and I don't blame you. I get it. You get me. A little too late against Chelsea and whatnot. But this whole decision in regards to VAR and how these men are operating the VAR system, it just looks to be abysmal right now. Because look, for some reason or not, VAR said no red card. At what point are the people that are going to be in VAR going to start getting assessed or getting judged on how they're performing? We've seen it against us this season when man have forgot to fucking draw the lines, you get me, against Brentford, and we've missed out on a victory there. What's the best way of putting all this to bed? What's the best way of managing this VAR? Is it about telling the referee to go to the screen at every decision?
Well, listen, you know what? Even if you go back a couple of seasons, I believe it was Sheffield United against Aston Villa, and they played. And I don't know if you remember the goal that wasn't given, that it was meant to be. But what happened? The goal line technology wasn't working. It wasn't on. So
I remember.
Listen, man, like there's just mistake after mistake, and you know we've been screwed over royally against Brentford. Liverpool been screwed over against us. When I think the Saka goal was meant to be offside, but the VAR wasn't working for that or something along those lines. So listen, man, it's just getting worse, isn't it? Like, I think shout out to DSG, man. He said the same thing. Like, man, he's been saying it for a while. You have the incident where one VAR decision says that Casemiro gets a red card, but someone else does it another week. That's not a red card. Bruno pushes the referee the week after. That's not a red card. So it doesn't make sense, man. I don't know. It doesn't really make sense to me, but as you said, I think it's the people that are running it they're just incompetent, man. They're just not good at their job. And ultimately, we need to find a way to, have these people governed, because it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. None.
In a league where everything is governed, surely this is the most important thing, no?
Yeah, you're right. And I think
going on what, two seasons now, 3 seasons.
I know. It's weird as well, because you see it work when it works fine. But even at the Emirates, bloody, we're lucky that we got screens out there. I was at the Emirates a couple of games ago for a home game, and funnily enough, the screen, it shows you if they're checking VAR for offside. But I know every ground doesn't have that. I'm sure Old Trafford, you don't have that. So you don't know what's going on. So even that, like, it's just all over the place right now, man. And I just think that there needs to be a lot more work done on this. I feel like some of the big decisions they're still getting wrong. You even look at last season, the handball against for Rodri against Everton. Clear example. It makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. And one person's governing it one way. Next week, someone's looking at it another way. And look, we can talk about should he have been sent off. Jota should have been sent off, man. It was a clear. But listen, I agree. I think Oliver Skip, he went in a bit hard, but I'll probably say that was a red card too. I'll probably say that was a red card too. So it's just not. It's not getting any better, in it. It's not getting any better.
Nah, do you know what it is though? It's dangerous, bro. The guy's gashed him. His foot's literally right near his brain. Like, there's no more clear and obvious red card than that. You get me? When it comes to like challenges on the ground, yeah, maybe you might have an argument for and an argument against, but that is clear as day. At these kind of situations, I'm expecting the referee to go over to the monitor and judge the situation properly. That's what the monitor's there for. Why be scared to go and use it? It makes no sense. Look at the City Arsenal game, John Stones. For me, that goal was offside. I don't know where they drew them lines from, or how they drew them lines. You get me? Either the system needs to be automated where the system can control and draw the lines itself, because when you've got humans running a system, them humans can always have an agenda.
Just like goal line technology, just follow the same suit, innit?
Yeah. Listen, even the goal line technology, you can't, because it actually has the evidence to show that it literally goes over the whole ball's over the line or not. But with the actual VAR, that is a camera
angles though as well, because
it's a camera angle thing, but it's also men that are making the decision,
like at certain intervals of the pitch. Then if they're gonna
but with the VAR, it's different. It's different.
Ball's up in here, and the camera angle's over here. You know what I mean? How can you draw a straight line from there?
But but I think also people are not really looking at when the ball is being kicked to where it's actually, where the actual offside incident is happening. So I think, look, ultimately, it's worked for us at times, and it's working against us. I remember the VAR, Man City at home. I think Gabriel, he gave away a penalty, but of what happened, it was offside, so he didn't actually got given any. Obviously, he scored anyway to make it 3-1 eventually. But it's just a shame, man, because you've got the world's best league. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. You've got the world's best league, and you've got the best players in this league, or most of them, and we can't get something simple as refereeing competency at all. So yeah, it's just annoying. But
best leagues, shittest refs in it. It's simple as that. Like, is there some kind of rule that we can't have foreign referees in the league or something? Because you don't ever see one foreign referee in the league, do you? You get me?
Well, like, do you know what? Like, listen, my only thing I'll go against that is it doesn't actually matter where they're from, because ultimately you can live in Manchester and be an Arsenal fan. You can live in Manchester and be a Liverpool fan. You can live in Spain and be an Arsenal fan. So it actually makes no difference. Like, for me,
but what we see though, Lee, is the level of refereeing in Europe is 10 times better than the referee that the officials are giving us down here. It's not. I'm not saying it regarding if they support this team or that team. I'm just saying the overall quality. You could go into the Portuguese league, which doesn't make a tenth of the money that our league makes, and their referees are bang on. You get me? When it comes to the Premier League, the creme de la creme, you're expected to have real decisions. And something DSG said then as well. Look, it's been 2 years in the game now. You get me? They need to start to improve on the situation. Like you said, DSG, you can't be judged drawing a line from a diagonal position and a camera view that just isn't right. Why don't these men just put on in the final third of each half, put in 3-4 cameras that are just directly running alongside? Because in the Champions League and the Europa League and stuff, if there's an offside, they do it like goal line technology, sorry, rather, where it's like a big screen and they can see if a toe's out of it or a. We don't do that. It just seems to be one little line. You know what I mean? You don't get to see an actual footage of the offside and maybe the ball over it or the player's leg in that offside position.
I think the World Cup was the best, wasn't it? Because I feel like you got that was the I can't remember what they call it, but it was when it was almost automatic from the actual programming system. It wasn't done by a man sitting or a woman sitting in a van. It was automatic.
Guys said sitting in a van, you know.
Bro, that's what it is though, bro. They're literally sitting in vans in these anonymous places, yeah, making decisions, or in London, for England, sorry, where is it, Stockley Park, making decisions. But ultimately, these decisions are not correct. They're not correct. And we know that, you know, there's a lot of stuff that, you know, labeled about people making decisions and, you know, having agendas against teams and stuff like that. But for me, as I said, bro, like, I just think you can look all you want, but these referees, they don't make decisions. The linesmen or women, they don't put their flags up. They just keep waiting for, you know, VAR to make every decision. What is the point? You might as well just have AI now. From now on, no one's on the pitch, just 11 players on each side, and then that's it. It's just governed by someone that's not even bloody on the pitch, because the referee doesn't do anything anyway.
They just got the referee there to blow the whistle by the seams of it, innit? That's how it's looking. But look, DSG, Klopp celebrated in the official's face when these men scored. And obviously you got to look at it, man. Jota stayed on. Jota scored the winning goal. It must have been a proper kick in the dick for Tottenham. You get me, bro? And I'm not gonna lie, I'm happy about it because it's Tottenham. But sometimes you got to look at the situation and look at the fairness in the game. And for me, not on. But what do you make of the comments about Klopp saying Paul Tierney's got an agenda against Liverpool? He don't like Liverpool. Do you think that's right in him doing that and calling it out? Do you reckon he's brave in saying something like that, or do you just reckon it's dumb?
Bro, I'll tell you now, this guy's got a pair of balls on him, because the first thing he should be doing is fucking coming out and saying the heat of the moment got to him and avoiding getting himself a ban. Liverpool have finally found a bit of form, yeah? Finally got a bit of a run, 4 wins together now. And the last thing he needs is getting suspended from the sidelines, so he can't even flipping manage his team while they're in whatever situation they're in during a game. Instead, this guy's come out and added to what he's already done. And it's just the same shit that he's been doing for years, isn't it? The whole world's against Liverpool, apparently. The whole world's against Liverpool. And, you know, there's never just a decision where, you know, you can just accept that I was at fault, my team was at fault, or it's always, it's bad luck, it's flipping weather, it's this, it's that. We've got the whole world against us, there's refs against us. There's always something with Klopp, man. This guy just needs to get a grip, to be honest. I don't understand. But he's gonna get a suspension for it because he's been charged today, I think.
Yeah. To be fair, there's some of it that I think's wrong, but some of it I understand him. You get me, Guna, because you know Mike Dean and that the man's repping Arsenal.
Oh, bro, it becomes the boy cry wolf. He could be right. He could be right. You know what I mean? I make a joke with my mate all the time, like about one of my mates not turning up to work because he's got a tendency of doing it. The day he actually does it, I'm going to ring my cousin and say, yo, he didn't turn up. He's not going to believe me. This guy says the same thing like so many times. When there's actually some weight to it, it doesn't mean anything anymore because so many times in the past, you've just been moaning and whinging.
For me, look, I hate Klopp. Everybody knows I cannot stand Klopp. But listen, there are, and again, listen, DSG, you're my guy. But you cannot talk about referees, bro. You cannot be here slandering Klopp for pulling out referees because your club's been doing it for the last 20 years. Your club's been paying referees to cheat. I know
time and all of that.
Listen, bro, I'm sorry, but Mike Riley, the guy who refereed Arsenal against Man United in the 49th game, that was absolute pure cheating. That was cheating. There's no, I literally remember that day, and I remember. 49th game that we obviously from our unbeaten season, it went into the next season. Mike Riley was a referee, and that was pure cheating. Howard Webb, he's been under Man United's thumb for years. So if anybody wants to talk about cheating, Man United can't. And again, and again, fine. Look, however you want to look at it. Listen, fair play to Klopp. Everybody knows I can't stand him. I cannot stand Klopp. I think he's a moaner, but fair play for him standing up and believing that maybe whatever decisions that he feels that have continuously gone against him with that referee, fair play for calling it out. If he gets a 1 game ban, 2 game ban, cool. Hopefully that he never gets to referee Liverpool again, because clearly he believes that there's some sort of corruption. The same way how there's no way, I don't care, until his dying day, there's no way that I'm never going to believe that Mr. Sir Alex Ferguson did not cheat. I don't care what no one says. I know this guy was part of some sort of ulterior underworld with referees. I know it for definite. I literally watched John Wick 4 the other day.
Yo, is it good? Is it good? Because everyone's been saying it's been going off, yeah, and I haven't even seen it still.
Listen, go and watch John Wick 4. Listen, this is free promo for the guys from John Wick and them man there. Fuck, it's a sick movie. But this guy, Sir Alex Ferguson, was part of that underworld because, bro, cheating.
Just before I do what else, before we go on to this, I know this is totally off topic, yeah, but I swear down, of late, I've got into a series, yeah, called Alchemy of Souls, a Korean thing on Netflix, bro. I never in a million years thought I'd ever watch anything like this, yeah, but yo, bro, it's bad, boy. You want to go give it a watch, people. I'm telling you, it's good. But look, yeah, I hear what you're saying, Guna. I hear what you're saying as well, DSG. Sometimes hold it in and just bite your tongue if it means you're gonna have to get a fine and so on. And to be fair,
only he's gonna get punished for it, so you might as well just stay quiet.
But sometimes it's for the greater good, though, bro. Like when I look at it, yeah, okay, cool. I'm never gonna compare the two, but if I saw someone on the street being attacked for no reason, I'm not gonna just stand by and watching it. No matter if this person might have done something wrong, whatever. I'm still gonna try and say, you know what? Look, let's not do it here. Like, there's different ways of doing things.
Depends who it is, fam.
No, it depends who it is.
Don't lie now.
If it's Patrick in that, I might leave him there to get fucked up in it and that. But yeah, like the rest of them, because you know, chat man now. Shout out to my guy Patrick in it. But no, for real, look, like there's just ways of doing things, and you're right. Look, DSG 100%. It's probably I get what you're saying. It's like, you know what? He shouldn't have done it because ultimately he's leaving his team now in the lurch because they're not going to have the manager on the side. But I do think sometimes you have to stand up for certain things you believe in. And I'm not going to sit here and say that he's wrong for doing that when I believe that Man United did the same thing against Arsenal, and Arsenal Wenger should have done it for years as well. So yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, sure. Big up yourself.
Big up, friend. Big up, community. Big up.
You know what? You've come at perfect time because we're just discussing your team right now and your manager. Give us your quick thoughts. I know that you're only here for a short while. Give us your thoughts on Klopp with his agenda for Paul Tierney and Liverpool. Do you reckon he's right to say that?
Do you know what? Yeah, there has been incidents that make you think. Me, I come from a standpoint where I just think you need to do enough in the 90 minutes so you don't even have to rely on them decisions. However, when you look at the decisions that's gone against us, the Rodri handball, there was Davis on Salah at the weekend, and there was another incident, I can't remember off the top of my head. I do see where Klopp's coming from, but the thing is, I'm not one of these fans that will just suck up to Klopp. Like, he is known to be a whinger. He just whinges everything. He always has these excuses and whatnot. So I think the agenda on Paul Tierney, there's a slight one, but I think he can overdo it sometimes, you know what I mean? But I do see where he's coming from, because there has been some crazy decisions. There has been that he's played against us.
Give us your quick thoughts on the skip incident and the red card, because for me, clear as day that.
What, the skip on Diaz?
No, why are you trying to switch it? The Jota on skip, bro. That was looking like free kicks all around that, bro.
You remember Kevin Nash from WWE? That was
yo, Kevin Nash was my guy, you know. I swear, dude.
Yeah,
Kevin Nash was the man. Wolfpack.
You know me. I'm gonna be honest with it. That was a stonewall red, man. You just can't do that. You can't beat a man in his face and not get sent off. But I can't lie. This is where I'm gonna back my club though, because I don't know if you'd have discussed it yet. But for me, skip on Diaz, I think that's a red as well. And if that's a red, then the Jota incident wouldn't have even happened. You know what I mean? But for me, they're both stonewall reds, both of them.
No, I'm with you. I think, to be fair, there's an argument for the first one with Skip and Diaz. However, you can always have an argument for and against in that kind of situation. But the second one, like, it's a mad. And this is what we were just discussing about VAR and referees. That realistically, I'm just going to put you on mute for a sec because it's bare windy. The referees, yeah, bro, they need to be going to the monitor, checking the screen, and really assessing the situation before they make a decision. You get me? They seem to do it here and there. Why not do it all the time? You get me? It's a bit of a joke thing. What are you doing running to the game, you?
Say that again, sorry?
Was you running across the road or running to the game? Which one?
Yeah, I'll go to the game. So, but you know what? I don't really know my way. I normally take cab, but I'm following the guy in front of me. So I'm trying to keep up with him.
Is that how you're doing it? Is that how you're doing it?
Yeah,
But look,
It's a
let's
nice
move on
day,
from
innit?
this.
I might as well just make the most of it.
Yeah, man. I heard you got your little last minute ticket and that.
Literally last night, friends. Last night. It was a late one.
Yeah. Say no more. Well, hope you enjoy the rest of the day and that. Enjoy the game and that. But I'm gonna leave you to it then, bro. And then we'll catch up next week.
Big up the man. Then. Make sure you
right,
like, subscribe. You know.
Yeah, man. Love, bro. Have a good day. Bye.
Cool.
There we go. We had Roms in the cut, dedication, that walking to the game, and he's still jumping in to give his thoughts and whatnot. Big up Roms. Go and check his YouTube channel out and his Instagram. Go and subscribe and go and follow him on Instagram as well, people. Hopefully Liverpool get beat. Well, actually, I don't even want Liverpool to get beat. Actually, I want them to make top four now. I want United to drop out. I'll be honest with you. Tell you, all these United fans, they've been ringing me, giving me some sort of grief, bro. And I'm not happy about that. But look, let's move on to Frank Lampard, because Guna, we played Chelsea yesterday. You get me? We to be fair, I think we should have done even more of a number on him. But these man are shit, bro. Yeah. These man are seriously shit. Where I'm walking away from that game thinking, how the fuck did we let these man score a goal? You get me? Like, these can't buy a goal in recent times, but here they come to the Emirates and they managed to get a goal. It's a joke thing. But Frank Lampard, what credit has he had to come back to Chelsea, bro?
Listen, if I say what I want to say, I'll be banned off YouTube for 6 months, man. I'm telling you, bro. This guy, I don't know, man. I don't understand what he's done. Just name and pedigree of, his footballing days is the reason why he's there. Anything to do with his actual managerial qualities, he's not good enough. And you're right. Like, I know we won, but selfishly, I'm not even happy with that performance for 2 reasons. Obviously, the title's done, so I'm a little bit deflated. And also, Chelsea are so bad, and we literally made them look a bit better than what I feel they were at times. And it's annoying because we should have had at least 6 goals, and put them fully in the mud. And I don't even know how Man United drew with them earlier on in the season. They are so bad, and Man United are actually a decent team.
It weren't that bad at that point. It hadn't kicked in the way.
Fair. Actually, that's a great point. Actually,
was that on the 2 show? Was it?
Like, if we don't beat him on this home game, then I'll be like, what the fuck is going on?
No, you're gonna smash them, mate. They're dead. But honestly, for me, I just think you can see they're not a team. That's what it is. They don't know each other. They don't pass each other. There's no cohesion. There's no fight. I thought Sterling was absolutely woeful. I thought he was so bad. Aubameyang, listen, I'm not one that hates Aubameyang, so I'm not going to dump on him. But 9 touches and a half is shocking. I don't know what you were doing.
You know what? I was on Instagram live with Robbie earlier.
Forward from kickoff.
That's what Robbie said to me, and I said, "Boy, that is a mad thing. That 4 touches from kickoff."
Yeah, it's bad. And then you also think Aspilicueta, why is he starting? Lampard is so out of his depth. He doesn't have a Scooby-Doo. And listen, the sooner that Chelsea, from a Chelsea's perspective, the sooner that he's gone, the better, because Poch will come in and I think he's going to do a half decent job. But they are in desperate need to get some new managerial blood, because my word, they are bad. And I believe their defense was like £300 million they spent. For Fana, £80 million. They bought Badiashile as well. He was on the bench. Koulibaly, 60 million or whatever it was. So Kukureya, £50 million. They've spent Chilwell, £50 million from Leicester. They've spent money, man, and that's not good. That isn't good what we're seeing, because they just can't keep a clean sheet. They can't score goals. Obviously, they scored yesterday. Their midfield, I thought their midfield actually would have done a little bit better, because against the midfield we put out yesterday, and they still just didn't work. It didn't work. And boy, they're in trouble, man. I don't know what DSG thinks, but they are in some serious trouble, man.
It's mad DSG in it when Jorginho that they sold looking levels above Enzo Fernandez yesterday. That's a mad thing.
I forgot Enzo was even playing. And he got subbed off, £100 million player. So listen, man, like, and I believe for the first goal, he bloody gave a little like nutmeg or I don't even know what he was doing to let the ball go past him, and then a great finish by Odegaard. But yeah, from both sides, Arsenal, I weren't too happy. Chelsea, I'm sure they weren't happy. So yeah, it's a bit of a mad one.
Well, look, Lee, we'll come back to you in a moment about the Poch situation and whatnot. But DSG, Frank Lampard didn't do anything special at Derby. You get me? Come to Chelsea, fair enough. He did okay considering he had a transfer ban and he brought some players through or whatnot, but weren't good enough in the end. Got the chop. Gone to Everton, potentially getting them man relegated, being a big part of their relegation. You get me? How the fuck does this guy get the job back at Chelsea? Is this the ownership just absolutely thick as fuck that just don't know what they're doing?
Oh, that is it. It's thick as fuck. What credit has he got in the bank? Tell me now. This guy's got like a 13% win rate in the Premier League this season. The last month he's managed them. Do you know their goal of the month for April?
Was that one against Gallagher?
One goal. There's one fucking goal, bro. Their goal.
And we've just given them their next goal of the month.
And it's not like 3-4 games. They played like 6 Premier League games or 5 Premier League games, 2 Champions League games, and 1 goal, bro. It's taking the absolute piss. What you're saying, bro? You good?
Yes, brother. What are you telling me?
Good, bro.
This guy, man. This guy.
we just had Kuna Lee, killing off United. So I thought, you know what? I better bring some backup for DSG there. You know what I mean? DSG, Saeed, DSG.
I've met him before.
Come on, man. Yeah, I met him, man. The Barbers, innit?
The Barber, right? Is this how the link
man.
up to the money? Yeah, Barber.
Yeah, Barber talk, man. You don't know about that.
Yeah, what is that? Is that a Manchester United Barber only, innit? Because I know my guy Premsy don't go to them wash that place.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie, I don't know who their Barber is. I'm telling you. I think Saeed's. Are you still with the same kid from Russia back in the day?
Yeah, Barzan, innit? Barzan, yeah, he's the best barber.
No more. I'm not gonna. You know what? Yeah, the barbershop talk is sick. Yeah, if you go to David's in Moss Side, I'm telling you now, big up David's. Obviously, I've moved a little bit away now, so I don't really get my trim there too tough. But when you're in there, bro, telling you got Ron CY City fan, David Arsenal fan, Jay and John I City fans, bro. It was mad, bro. I'm telling you, it is mad. But look, say Well, Sheree, quickly, we're just talking on Frank Lampard. Obviously, Bilal was just talking about the owners that don't have an absolute skeletal by getting this guy back in.
Yeah.
What's Chelsea's situation regarding management, owners, the way that the club's going? Are they just fully fell off now?
You know what it is, man? They've just not made the right choices. That's what it comes down to, man. They had a long-term project in Todd Bowley, and they sacked it off that for 8-9 months. You know what I mean? It wasn't going well. I think with Chelsea, man, it's the history of their club, man. As soon as they have a bit of struggle, their fan base are spoiled, man. And I've said it from day one. They've got a spoiled fan base that don't like to struggle. They don't like to go through transitions. They don't like to go through, like a phase where they don't win anything. It's ingrained with them. Maybe it's a good thing. I don't know. But ultimately, they without winning a trophy or having something to kind of fight for, them man go through meltdowns, man. If you look at this, if you listen to their spaces and that on Twitter, and you find out what their fan base are doing, I'm like, bro, these man won the Champions League a year or two ago, but they just don't like struggle, man. And ultimately, Todd Bowley is the driving force behind everything. He loves to control. He loves the limelight. And when you got an owner like that, sometimes it isn't the best thing, man, because you're looking at Man City's owners. When have you ever heard from them? Like you barely hear from them. It's either Khaldoon Mubarak or it's Pep Guardiola or it's maybe Soriano. They have people involved, whereas this guy has got people involved, but he doesn't let them do their job. It looks like he is driving everything that's behind the scene. He's buying the players. He's doing whatever. Bro, he's a madman. And like I said to you, you can go and get Pochettino all you want, but that's the perfect person to undermine. He ain't winning no trophies. He ain't been, like having success. So they're going to look at it and think, you know what? We've got a guy we can really control, and you could tell him, right, it's a youth project, or we can tell him this is the plan, and he's going to suck up to it, whether you like it or not. And I think he's a good manager, by the way, Pochettino.
Did you think he's going to do that, though, Saeed? Do you not think he's learned from his mistakes at Tottenham under Levy?
bro. When you see the thing is, yeah, everyone can get sucked into the money and then find out there's problems with the money. Like money doesn't solve everything. You can have money, and the next thing you know, there's a whole bag of problems behind the money, and that's what could happen with Pochettino.
Proof that money don't fix your
No. Don't mention them. Your proof that money doesn't solve.
We have been, but we've never been this bad.
We're
correcting that. I was looking at the season started on the 1st of October.
I just wanted to point that out because
if the season started on the 1st of
Let's look in the
October
mirror first, right? Let's look in the mirror.
If the season started on the 1st of October, they'd be 18th on them results.
No, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you. But none of the top six. None of the top six
have ever been that bad.
I'm only going off the
No,
sticking
whereas
point.
we finished in our last 10 years 7th, yeah?
No, that's fine. But I'm only going off the sticking point that
they finished 8th, haven't they?
You guys have spent £1 billion or 900 million pounds over the last 4 or 5 years.
You know how you spent? You know how much you spent over the last 4 years?
Don't worry about me. Don't worry about us.
Where have you got with that?
Don't worry about us. Don't worry about us.
What FA Cup?
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
Hold on a second.
You tried to bring this argument.
Hold on a second.
What are you trying to gloss? Where's
the referee here? Where's the
There's no referee. This is not Twitter, man. There's no time to hide, you know.
I need to get some clarity here because listen, you can't talk about us when you guys.
Why not?
Because the two things aren't comparable. You said over the last 4 years.
You're not a big club. Are you not a big club?
Wait, hold on. Over the last 4 years, how much have we spent?
Champions League, they're not.
Okay, fine. If we haven't, then fine. In your eyes, we haven't. Okay, cool. So
I just don't know how this argument's arrived.
He started this.
Listen, man. What did they say? Nothing was the same, man. Nothing was the same, man. For me,
bro.
I'm being nothing was the same, man. Nothing was the same. All I'm saying is, look, you can't.
At the end of the day,
you can't be throwing stones in a glass house. You guys have spent money just like Chelsea, and you're but what I will say,
you haven't spent that much money,
bro.
And what I will say is the way Chelsea have spent it.
£1 billion in 10 years against £600 million in 6 months.
How can you compare that?
To give you credit, you guys don't run from the grind. Chelsea, we know they run from the grind. They're not.
Yes,
they are. Bruno,
the thing is,
go on.
The thing is, £1 billion in 10 years. How much of them £1 billion of transfers are actually actively in the squad now? Probably not even half. Yeah. Whereas the 600 million that they've spent are actively in that squad right now. You know what I mean?
And I think there'll be. I think if you give them a proper manager, there'll be a lot. I think they'll do a lot better. I do.
So do you think Poch that manager for them? Do you think he's a proper manager that's going to take them to challenge?
I don't see what the issue is going to be next season. I think undercover Chelsea are going to be very good. And I'll tell you the reason why. Is because Poch, I think Poch would have learnt from his mistakes at 2 different clubs. He's had Levy, who's been a bit of a dodgy manager. Sort of cheap deck. He's also gone to PSG. He's had this situation at Southampton, so he's had it at 3 different levels of kind of operating at 3 different levels. You now come to Chelsea, who no matter what you want to say, Chelsea spend money and they will get players in and out of that club by any means necessary. Next season, they're going to be in no Europe, so he's going to be working from almost a blank canvas. They've got good players. They do have good players. So let
me tell you something though, Lee. I don't think it's about them signing players. It's about how many they get rid of.
Get rid of. Yeah.
That will determine if Chelsea get rid of so many players, and they have a squad that is balanced. I think they can go far next season.
They're going to go far.
But if they still have a bloated squad next season, I'm telling you now, they're not going to get top 4. I'm telling you, it's going to be the same old.
Yeah. No, 100. But I just think Poch is a lot better. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I think Poch, I would have taken him at Arsenal a time ago. I would have. I think Poch is a good coach, man. I really do.
Could have took some Allardyce, mate. You know what I mean? The way your club
Nah. Low it, fam. Bro, you don't see us yesterday. We're back on top, fam. We're back on.
Oh, yeah. Title charge back, yeah? Title charge back, yeah?
Please, of course.
Please,
title charge back, yeah? Say what you want to say, Francie.
You know where I stand. There's no title charge back. But what I'm saying is, the trajectory of our club is in a good place. You know what I mean? If we can recruit well in the summer, happy days, and it is what it is. But when it comes to Chelsea, for me, I think you've kind of hit the hammer on the nail there with the bloatedness of the squad and having to get rid of players. But at the same time, how many people in the Chelsea squad do you reckon are going to go? Who really wants to dip into that Chelsea squad right about now and take a few of their players? Because
Sterling would do well at Arsenal, though. I reckon if he went to Arsenal,
nah. He's not coming
being
to
seriously.
Arsenal, bro.
Sterling
The only thing he's going to do is have a competition with Kim K when they come. Who's got the biggest backup? You get me, bro? That's not happening. I'm telling you now for a fact. Stay away. You get me? I don't want Sterling, bro. That's it. He's done now. Get me? When
back off your back. Back off your back.
You got Mr. Vegas up there in the top right. You get me, bro?
At this point, what needs to before he signs that contract, he says, any signings that come during my tenure here, I'm deciding, not you. I'm gonna manage the squad. I'm gonna manage who comes in, who goes out. And at this point, bro, if no one's buying the players, fucking terminate the contracts at this point. I know it's extreme, but their fucking situation is extreme. You know what I mean? They're still they're in contention for relegation, bro. You know what I mean?
Felix is a mad one, you know. Felix is a mad one, you know. I can't lie because I don't know if you see the quotes from Lampard saying, I don't know where to really put him in that, and he's not tracking back, bro. He's a luxury player. You fit everything around that player, but you're never going to play with Felix ever again. Lampard for me is becoming borderline stupid, man. Bro, you've got world-class players in there. We've got proper good players in there. Play them in the right position and let them ball out. Look at Roy Hodgson. He's letting Eze and them man ball out. Do it. Find the balance.
Sometimes you fight though. Sometimes you look at someone like, I don't know this guy. I'm not going to speak on him, but you look at someone like Felix, and I'm like, is he ready to grind? Is he ready to work hard? I don't think he is. And that team, you need as many workers in that team as possible because currently no one knows each other. No one knows how to pass each other. You see Sterling even yesterday couldn't make 5-yard passes. Why? Because partly he's not playing well. Also partly because they don't know each other. They don't know how to connect. So someone like, you're right, someone like Felix, he's not going to work in this team because he's the cherry on top of that cake. And their cake is literally, I don't know, biscuits. It's about to crumble. It's dead. So you almost can't really put him in the team. And you don't know where to put him. You don't know how to put him as a second striker. You can't put him as a number 9. He doesn't score goals. He's not a winger. So I can understand. I can kind of get it.
Do you know what? I kind of with Saeed a little bit, you get me? I think Frank Lampard's never going to have the luxury of managing a player like that, regardless of what we think about Felix or if he's ready for the Premier League or not. He is a top quality player and he can make something happen out of nothing. And these man can't score a goal. They can't hit a barn door. You can't be relying on Havertz. You get me? Havertz is absolutely dead. You get me? These men are hanging on to that Champions League goal and that's all he's hanging on by a thread. They need to change it up. Look at Aubameyang. He's coming clearly. Players, his time's up as a footballer, in my opinion. I think he could potentially go into a team like Barcelona again or one of these other divisions that ain't so intense as the Premier League and fire. But in the Premier League, you got to be certified. So I do get it. I think Frank Lampard, I think he's always been pretty stupid when it comes to management, I'll be honest. I think his best time at management is when he was working with the kids at Chelsea. Other than that, when he's had budget and he's had opportunity to buy players, he hasn't really brought the right players in at no matter what club he's at. So I think the Premier League and English teams need to stop looking at players that were once very good footballers and thinking that they're going to be good managers because it doesn't work out like that. Do you know what I mean? But I think with Chelsea as well, I think these man, it's going to be very hard for them to actually get rid of them players. Them death row contracts they give, man. If Pochettino comes in, he's not just going to be looking at the squad thinking, I'm going to play everybody that's here. He's going to want his own players. And how is that going to work out with financial fair play? With the amount of money that they've spent, that loophole that they found, if they're not in no Champions League, that funds and that is not there. Them Champions League, them game nights, Wednesday, even Thursday, they're not bringing that revenue in.
The only good thing about them, if they do go out the Europa, which again, they're not going to get Europa League football, they're going to have one game a week. Surely Pochettino can find the balance in 1 week. Bro, if you can't find the balance in 1 week and have training, and even I'm trying to question you as a manager, because at the end of the day, you're a top coach. And if you can't find balance in that team and pick out the players, and you might have to say, find your teams that you want to go. This is my squad. And say it from early. When you go on the preseason, early preseason, let them know that I'm not really feeling you. Bye-bye. See you later. Get it done ASAP. Because if you don't, you drag it on and you don't let people know where they kind of lie, then it's going to get sticky. It's going to get ugly. A certain man are going to start doing the whole kind of feeling of, you know what, if you're going down, if I'm going down, I'm taking you with me. You know the ones there. And that could be
Bro,
dangerous.
that's bang on, Saeed, and that's what I was thinking about. Like I was having a laugh and a joke with Robbie earlier, saying that in the canteen, their line must be mad queuing up for that food, bro. It must be going out the door. You get me, bro? The amount of players that they've got, you get me? The guys at the back, yeah, they're getting chicken bones. You get me, bro? They're eating the bones. You get me?
School canteen, you know, this mad, you know. We used to go back in the school canteen.
Yeah, when you were last.
I don't know about you. I used to bully that queue all the time, fam. You get me? I used to bully that queue straight away.
Hey, listen, man.
You have the dinner ladies on lock. You get me? Dinner ladies giving an extra slice of cake and that. You know what I mean? You know, when you go there, you get the pudding. But look, putting all that aside, you got to deep the situation, bro. You're gonna have loads of bad eggs in there. Players are gonna see their ass. You get me? They're all gonna be speaking to each other outside. You get me? Some of that Pochettino ain't going to be able to control, and that's the reason I think these men are going to be in the mud for a good little while in it, and that's how I see it. But look, fuck Chelsea. I'm happy what's happening to them. Long may it continue. You get me? And I hope these men are sitting their relegation zone, because these getting too big for the chest. You get me? Like Saeed said, spoiled. Get me? Spoiled youths. Get me? Now shit's getting real. They've got the money. They're owner. They're happy with Todd Bowley when he came in, buzzing with the money he spent. Now they're seeing what's happening. But look, Bilal, I'm going to come to you, yeah? Newcastle, we have to give Newcastle some respect. Right. And I want to speak on the potential of Newcastle changing the way they make transfers now they're being in the Champions League, bro. Because we've seen the money come in. We've seen Eddie Howe come in. We've seen them be very reserved in the market, buying smart. Do you reckon with Champions League football? Because I think everyone here probably thinks Newcastle are going to definitely make Champions League, or am I wrong? Do you all think it?
No. Newcastle will make Champions League football.
I think they've got more chance than Man United. They've got more chance than Man United.
I think they'll finish third, I'll be honest.
I think. The thing is, with Newcastle, if they beat Arsenal, that's them locked in for third. Because that means then they've already got Chelsea at home, so away, which they'll beat them anyway. And then they've got, I think, Villa away. I think they've got. I said, no, they play Villa away. That's it. I think that's their pretty much their toughest fixtures. So end of the day, if they beat Arsenal, for me, that's them locked in. They've got Leeds away, Brighton at home, Leicester at home, Chelsea away. Come on, man. They're beating everyone apart from maybe Arsenal. The only one I can look at they're not going to be is Arsenal. And that's where I think, it could get sticky. But other than that, I think they've got everything. So I think, you know what? You know what it is with them? They're scoring goals for fun, man. Newcastle. That's the thing with them. They're scoring goals for fun, bro. And this is where it comes down to, like, and this is where I'm just like, they're serious, man. And next season, if they go and get a couple of players in Maddison, I think they need full-backs. If they can get maybe a left-back, they need an extra centre-back, and then they need a winger, maybe a left winger. Then I think they're locked in.
They need a. I think some more quality, genuine quality.
Yes,
in the centre mid area. If they can get someone like a Moussa Diaby on the right wing, someone like that, like I'm talking about genuine. You're talking about raising the level now, like Arsenal trying to get this Declan and Rice. That clearly raises the level of the first team. If we are
scary, though, man.
I'll be honest. I think they're a threat, man. They're a threat. They're a very good team.
You see why they're a threat? Because they're taking now transfers of what we should be getting. Yeah. Like no disrespect here, but they should be like the players that they're linked with. Arsenal should be getting Isak. But they're getting them now. You see, Maddison, anyone could fit into any top 6 club, Maddison. Even Man City, I think he could fit into their squad somehow.
Tierney's another one they might be looking.
Yeah, bro. Tierney could be the difference of them, like, you know, bro, I'm telling you, man.
Yo, you love it, bro. I don't want to hear no Tierney going anywhere, fam. He better keep his ass on that.
I'm telling you now,
Zinchenko, man. I can't believe, man. Zinchenko, for me, he's going to be good for the one season. Next season, I bet you he flops as well.
Yeah, I'm going to say that. Listen, people know I know a lot about transfers because I've got my cousin's an agent, like a well-known agent. And I'm telling you now, I think Tierney.
You need to be giving man the head.
Listen, bro, I know
laddies. You get me,
I've been knowing stuff from time ago, bro. I knew stuff from ages ago. I'm telling you now, bro. I think Tierney. I think Declan Rice, he's going to be almost confirmed. I think that
he needs to go to Arsenal. Arsenal needs to go get Declan Rice.
Yeah, I'll take Caicedo over him.
No. I think both. I think both of them are going to be.
Rice, man.
I think both of them will try and come to Arsenal. I think both of them will be really, really important to Arsenal. I think ESR's at the door, thank God. And
bro, he's a baller, man. ESR's a baller, man. How is he like? What's wrong with him? It's just injuries.
I don't think he'll go. I don't think they'll let him go just yet. Maybe Maybe they'll keep him for squad depth. You got to think we're going to need a big squad next season. I want to be challenging on all fucking fronts. You get me? I don't just want to be out of every competition and challenging in 1-2 competitions. That is not where I want Arsenal Football Club to be. You get me? I've been screaming that out from the start. You get me? When we start going out the Carabao Cup and all that. Not for me. You get me? But just going back onto Newcastle, I was with you, DSG there. Who can you see them bringing in now? Do you reckon they're still going to go smart and by low-key players, or do you reckon they will do what Gunnar Lee and Saeed saying and start pinching the best players around the world?
I think they're going to kind of go, I think, because you can see they kind of ease their way into this new money that they've come into this year. And now they've got the one thing that they need, which is Champions League football. So I think they'll pinch a couple. I don't think they're going to go all out balling out this summer straight away. I think they might go for a couple of big signings, but I think not straight away. They're not going to go in, like flipping Nottingham Forest where they came in the Premier League signing, flipping 19 players straight away or something like that. They're going to go in, maybe pinch 1-2 players where in key areas where they feel like they need to strengthen for the Champions League, and then keep up with the smart sign. I mean, the thing is, bro, at the end of the day, these smart signings have worked for them. You know what I mean? Like they've actually worked for them. Like at one point in the season, like the whole season, they've been hard to beat. That's facts. The whole season they've been hard to beat, but at one point where they just kept drawing games, their problem was they were struggling to score goals. They were scored like 2 goals in 5 games at one point. They hadn't lost any of them. They'd drawn 3-1-2, but they was really struggling. And now there's fucking scoring goals for fun right now. You know what I mean? So the one thing where they had a weakness, they've actually fixed that as well. So I think in key areas for the Champions League, because at that point it's a different kettle of fish. You're coming up against Real Madrid, PSG, etc. They've got to anticipate that and they're going to sign accordingly. Fuck's sake. Yeah. So they're coming up against different kettle of fish, and especially in January, if they make it through the group stage, I think that's where you may see them go for some proper world class players, because at that point then they know they can take that competition more seriously as well. But I think in summer they may be more reserved and keep up with the smart signings because they've worked. If something's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah. Do you reckon they're going to be them big players are going to be attracted to Newcastle, or do you reckon that is just if they come, it's just going to be for the money?
Champions League football, man.
Bro, everyone wants the new sparkly thing, and that's what Newcastle are right now.
Yeah,
listen,
you know what it's for me? Yeah, go on, Lee.
No, listen, unless you're going up to go and visit Kendall, I don't know why you're going Newcastle, bro. Newcastle is a horrible place to live, bro.
Nah, bro, you're lying, man. Newcastle's lit, man. You know,
to live. I've been Newcastle. To go to visit, it's that same thing. I lived in Dubai, for 2 years. It's a nice place to go and visit, but you don't want to live there, bro. That, you know what I'm saying? It's a nice, sick place to go. You don't want to live there, man. Newcastle's a vibes to go for the weekend. You don't want to
That's what London is for me, though.
Yeah. I'm like that, you know. I
could never live in London, man.
No, never could
That's
I.
why the best place to live.
You man don't want the bright lights, man. You man don't want the bright lights, man.
Nah. Man don't want to sit in traffic for fucking 50 minutes, bro. You get me? There's no point having a nice car in London, bro. You get me? You can't even drive it, fam. You know what I mean?
You've got to be cut from a different cloth to be from London. You get me? But yeah.
Oh, man, we've been raised down there, man. The north is where it's at, man. If you can't survive in the north, you can't survive anywhere.
Yeah.
Listen, bro. Them cold weathers, bro. Ain't for me, man. Ain't for me.
No, but look, we're gonna have to wait and see. But go on, Saeed, do you reckon this is gonna be? Obviously, we could say that Newcastle have overachieved the season for where we expected them to be and how fast the progression has been. Do you think the pressure of the Champions League now, the pressure of everyone seeing them in the Champions League having a good season, do you reckon that would make players like Joe Linton and Almiron and all these players, Willock, that have all had good seasons? Do you reckon that it's a one-season wonder for them kind of players? Because if it is, then they might not be at the same kind of level that we've seen this season.
Yeah, you know what? You got a point there. But I think for me, that's where the quality comes in. That's where Lee says if they can build their squad, I think that's where it can work for them, bro. If they can get more players in, when you see now, you can't be getting, I don't know, who's on their bench for them. Like sometimes Longstaff's on their bench, sometimes there's players that
all of that.
Yeah. Like there's certain players I'm like, nah, man, you can't do that. I'm sorry. You've got to have quality. And if they can bring on people like Diaby, all of a sudden different players that are coming off the bench, like, I don't know, if they could go and get Ugarte, they could go get
Lavia, some of them.
Lavia, bro. Even Ward-Prowse, I think, would be a good signing for them. Like players that you think, you know what? I
think they will get a Maddison. I can see him definitely going to.
Yeah.
They should be looking at Lavia, Musa Diaby from Bayer Leverkusen, sorry.
Yeah.
They should be looking at maybe two more centre mids because they got Longstaff. Look, he's a good player, but you want that quality for the Champions League, man. You know, home and away games. Like you want to get a couple more players in there. The Joe Linton, look, again, he's a beast, he's a tank, but you want quality in there. So you get a couple more players and you get maybe another wide player because ASM's always injured. I think the defense, again, another left back because they've played Dan Burns. Listen, it's not that difficult for them to be fully confirming themselves as a top 4, top 5 club next season because obviously next season, top 5 is Champions League, innit? So I think, yeah, listen, they can do it, man. And they've got untold amount of money because they didn't spend money over the years. So they can spend all £300 million without even thinking about FFP. So I think they're good, man. Like you're not going to be worrying about Jacob Murphy's coming on and scoring. You're going to be worrying about, as I said, the likes of Musa Diaby's and all of
Do you reckon Harry Kane's an option for them?
Nah, he's going Man United, man.
Why not though?
The thing is, though, you know what's mad though? Harry Kane, I think they're going to be calm because they've got Wilson and Isak. They probably need one more kind of like, a youngster that they could just bring off the bench. I think someone like Cameron Archer. I don't know if you know him from Villa.
But they could play Isak out on the left though as well if they had a Harry Kane and a because you don't know, money talks in football, bullshit walks. You get me? Harry Kane could be looking at a Newcastle, depending on what they do in the summer. But it could be towards the back end of the summer before Harry Kane moves. He could obviously. I've always been saying I could see him in a United shirt. And I've been saying that drama from the start, Saeed, and Patrick's been getting mad. You get me? I could always see him being at United. However, Newcastle now have become a proposition, just like Bilal said, the new shiny thing, where the money could be there. They're in the Champions League comfortably. You get me? They could bring in, like you said, a Diaby, a few different players, and he might look at that then and think, you know what? If I was to get added into that team, they're defensively sound. I can add them goals because you got to think Harry Kane is the goals he gets is for a title winning side. You get me?
Of course.
It's a title winning side. You get me? And if he gets added to that, bro, I think he'd do really well. It's just the thought of him potentially moving.
It's the mindset he's in now because he's in that stage of his career now where he needs to make a decision if he's going for his own personal accolades or if he just wants pretty much guaranteed silverware. And like it depends on his mindset as if he's a risk taker. If he's willing to take the risk that he might not win anything in his career and go to Newcastle, he knows he's going to smash the Premier League record probably anyway. If he's willing to take that risk and make history, if he wants to make potential history, Newcastle winning the Premier League or going for the Premier League or in a title race. If he wants something more secure, then he'll just go for United. And he's hitting 30 now.
100%.
Just where his mind's at, literally.
Well, I honestly believe
Man United next season, if Harry Kane goes there, I'll tip them to win the league. I think not to say that Man United are that good, but I think it will literally be like the Van Persie thing where he will win games for them. Those kind of close games.
But look, if you look at Newcastle now, before forget Harry Kane going to either or now, if you look at Newcastle now and you look at United, honestly, I know you're a United bias because you're fans and I expect you to be, but whose ceiling looks higher?
Nah, you got.
I think this though, we need one player to get our ceiling to the next level.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'll be honest. Bro, you know me. I hate Man United.
These men are looking like these are finishing third. You get me? This is what it's looking like.
The truth is, Saeed would probably agree with this. It is that answer cannot be. The question cannot be answered until we know who's buying this club.
Exactly.
But you see, the thing is with Man United, I think because they've brought in, even like the likes of Anthony, people didn't think he was. I think he's raising his level. I think Rashford.
I still think he's shit.
I don't think he's that bad, bro. I think he's getting better. Listen, I think he's getting better. I think Rashford, he'll have another good season next season. Bruno Fernandes, I think he's getting better and he's learning to understand the way that you don't want to keep losing the ball. I think. Listen, I'm not saying that they're fantastic, but I think if you add a couple of pieces, they go up another level. And I think if you Harry Kane,
Newcastle though, man.
No, but I think with Newcastle, you need a lot more genuine quality to consistently feel like. Remember, they're doing this without Champions League, innit? They're doing this without Champions League. Let's see what they do next season when they're playing game. They don't have the time to because right now every 7 days they're playing, so they've got a whole week to think about Arsenal. They've got a
Facts.
whole, so give
Not
them.
to discredit them though. You can't discredit them.
I'm not discrediting them.
It takes another level, man.
Let's see. But I'm saying, look, Man United have done this. They remember this start of the season. They had to get rid of Ronaldo as well. They had to get the issues with the butcher, like getting him in acclimated into the team. I think, listen, give them a little bit of credit to say, look, and I hate Man United. Give them a little bit of credit to say, look, this is where Man United are at. Next season, they build with a couple more pieces, and if they get a few more pieces with Harry Kane, they're cooking something. They are.
You know what? I've been giving United credit all season, but if you look at the whole scheme of things, yeah, goals against for Newcastle, the amount of goals they've conceded, 27. Yeah, United conceded 39. Now that's with Varane and Martinez or whatnot. So Newcastle are better there. Goals for Newcastle have scored 61.
13 of those, actually not even 30.
Listen,
17 of those goals have come from 3 games that conceded.
But remember, though,
that's what it is, though, innit? But what I'm saying is, if a Harry Kane went into that side where they've scored 61 goals already now, yeah,
you see where you're going wrong.
I think they drew 11 of them games where Bilal said they were struggling to score goals.
This is where you're going wrong, because you're talking about now. Next season, it'll be totally different, because look at last season. How many goals did we score? I think we scored 54. Now we're on course to score 90. Last season, we finished 5th. Now we're on course to finish 2nd. So you have to think one season to another season. You can't compare like that, because that's not how football works.
Yeah, but if you add, but you can only go off facts
this
from
season.
Next season's all hindsight in it. You can only go off the facts that are in front of you, and the facts that are in front of you now. United have scored what was it 30? United have scored.
You answered your own question then.
United have scored 40. Listen, United have scored 49 goals where Newcastle have scored 61. They've had 11 draws in that period of time where Bilal's even said they haven't really got the goals to win in the games. Yeah. Harry Kane could be looking at that thinking, because you've got to think that the season hasn't panned out yet. Harry Kane could be looking at that thinking, you know what? If I go in and add them another 20 goals, that's them scoring 80 goals, considering they've done what they've done this season. You know what I mean?
Winning the league, though, which is more likely.
Harry Kane goes to Man
United.
United.
I don't think no one's winning the league anytime soon until Pep Guardiola leaves, bro.
I think Harry Kane's going to look at it and think, right, I've got chance to go to Man United, a prestigious club. He's Alex Ferguson's still there. They ain't won the league in 11 years now. It's going to be 12 years. So that's another thing. So you've got to think
10 years we have won the league.
10 years, and Newcastle have won it for how I'm told, but for Man United, 10 years is about the same as Newcastle, because they constantly win the Premier League. They've won it 13 times in 30 something years. So you got to think about that. You then think about the prestige of Man United. Listen, we can't not give them the credit.
No, I hear that. That's the big selling point. Big selling point.
I think there's so many attributes to Man United as a club. And listen, you man know I hate Man United, but you have to give it to them, bro. You have to, bro.
But United financially, the owners have got paid 80-90 mil for him now.
Listen, they got world-class players, bro. Harry Kane's going to want to play with Casemiro, Varane.
Man. It's about prestigious as well, man. Prestigious, man. You got to remember
that ownership again, though.
Get me? See these United man getting rattled thinking Harry Kane ain't coming to them now. When Saeed had started the team saying, "I don't want him. I don't want him. I want Osimhen. I want Osimhen."
But you're saying that Newcastle's a better option. It's not a better option, though. That's what
you can look at it like it is, though, because realistically, when you deep the situation, what Gunnar Lee's saying is right. United have got stature. They've done things in the past where they've won trophies. They haven't won the Premier League for 11 years or so on. Yeah. However, if you look at, you don't even know what's going on with your owner right now.
No, but let me ask you a question.
If you look at the way Newcastle trajectory is with the owners and the evidence of Man City in this league, what Man City have done.
You got to remember, they're at the start of their project. We're just literally finishing touches, like maybe a midfielder here and there, and then a striker.
And this is why it's so crazy, because they're at the start of their project and they're higher than you in the table.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, you got to remember, this could be a one-off season as well. You don't know. Yes, they've got their money, but again, you see what happened with Chelsea. They're going to have to spend it well, and also to play 2 games a week and then look at the competition. You've got to manage that, man. Like Eddie Howe might not be the guy. They might need a Mourinho. They might need a top manager to fix it all up. There's still a lot of things to sort out.
Yeah, I can't say it. Listen, I can't believe it, but I'm having to agree with Saeed, bro.
I'm hearing what you're saying.
You're making my skin crawl having to agree with Saeed, but please.
Exactly, man. Tell Prem to stop them.
No. I'm just putting it out there. You get me? I don't know who he's going to, and I don't care who he goes to. I'm just saying you got to give the argument for Newcastle as well. They're a development club, like Bilal said out his own mouth. They're a new shiny toy. You get me? Loads of people want to jump on that new shiny toy. If people like Musa Diaby and all these other top talents around the world, you could give them an option to go into Newcastle. Why can't you give Harry Kane?
Yeah,
I just think, no, but I think, look, as DSG said, I think genuinely Harry Kane's thinking, right, I'm in win now mode. Who have I got way more better chance of winning with right now? Man United, bro. Man United beat Newcastle literally only this season in the Carabao Cup final. It's not even like they beat them already. So I think,
and then they got touched up by them in the following game. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro, but it happens though, man.
This is what I'm trying to say, but this is what I'm saying. It's tight, man. It's tight.
The thing is, as well as they've done this season, Liverpool right now are living proof of how quickly the next season can go downhill. You know what I mean? They've put some credit in the bank.
Don't you talk about us.
In the bank for one season, bro. We need to see it. We need to see another season of it. And you think Harry Kane's, unless he don't have a choice and Spurs don't let him go, you think he's
financial? Like, I hear what you're saying. Like, I agree with what you're saying. Like, yeah, go to United. But I'm just putting the argument across for a Newcastle to say, why couldn't they go in for a Harry Kane?
Bro, he's in Adebayo, Berbatov, RBP mode. I need to win now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's no guarantee that Harry Kane's going to go to United and win. There's no guarantee of that. Realistically,
there's no guarantee, but there's
no guarantee of
Newcastle.
I don't know. I hate Man United. Yeah, I've been keeping it 100.
Because we know we're going to do the thing that you couldn't do. Is win that title. It's okay, man.
Oh, come off it, fam. Okay. You give your red.
You've got more of a chance here with Harry Kane winning the league than you man have with your players. Jesus.
This is a man sitting. This is a man sitting in fourth. You get me
scrapping
for Champions League football right about now.
If Man City don't win the Champions League this year with Haaland, this whole Premier League every year thing is going in the bin next year, and they're going to fuck the league off, and it's anyone's for the taking. Because if they don't win the Champions League the way they've been with Haaland, they're next year. Enough is enough. They're going for it fully.
You know what?
Try fighting for the league.
I'm keeping it 100, bro. I think that the whole situation regarding the Premier League, until Pep Guardiola leaves the Premier League, that's when people are going to start winning it. But look, people, 100%. I'm gonna have to end the stream here. We've hit an hour again. Saeed, big up for jumping in as well.
This is a good show, man. What was Patrick today, man? Is he all right?
He got caught in London traffic, like I said, boys. This is what happens. You get me? You get me? Man can't give it 10 tolls anywhere in London. You get me?
If you want the bright lights, if you want the glitz, the glamour, if you want the hood life, if you want the good food.
If you want to get stabbed, go to London. If you want to get stabbed,
you want.
They say the South Southerners, man. The South Southerners. That's what they call you.
Listen, man. Listen, bro, you know what we do, man.
But look, people, I just want to say, make sure you're smashing a like on this stream. Go and follow all the mandem, Saeed TV. DSG's got his own channel as well relating to cars. He is going to start a football channel soon as well. Gunnar Lee, another Arsenal content creator. Sick. He's putting content out, so make sure you go check that out. Again, check out all the other mandem as well. Patrick, Roms, and Bish as well. The descriptions all in the titles all in the description. Make sure you just go and click on it. It's free of charge, people. But we'll be back next week, Monday at 6-7 o'clock. I'm going to decide, but it will definitely be back on Monday. But peace and love, and we'll see you next week.
Peace. Come on, love.